Yeah, I got the link. Now hold on, let's see. Preparing meeting. Mark James.
How do you know if it's on?
I have no idea. I haven't figured this out
It
yet.
said test audio a minute ago.
I did? Okay, let's see. Where?
Well, here's your mic. So click on the arrow.
Oh, I'm on the mic, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it is.
Let
Look,
me
watch. It's that mic right here, FFN. That's
Oh, okay.
yeah. You there, Marky? Oh, wait, here we go. How to go to full screen here?
What do you mean? Up here.
Up here, what?
All the way to the top. See the red, yellow, and green? Hover over green. Enter full screen.
There we go.
Right there. He's a little feisty.
Bitsy.
Organization here connecting. My meeting. Kick me out?
No, I see Mark.
Recorded, okay.
I see Mark James. Just
You
to
don't see me?
no,
I'm up in the corner.
I don't see you yet.
I'm up in the corner here. Let's see.
No, he's on his side. He's got to figure it out.
Yeah. Oh. Safe driving mode. Your microphone is muted. Your video is stopped.
Because you're walking, maybe.
Get out after me, right?
So nice.
So this is our first attempt to do a Zoom call together, Mark and John, on November 2024. And it's funny, sitting here with my lovely wife. I'm sorry, just making, I mean, because it's recording.
Oh.
We'll laugh at this later when we get it completely polished, right, Mark?
Stand this modern newfangled technology here. I can't figure it out. What button do I press on this machine here?
Mark, just push the button, Mark.
Yeah, it says safe driving mode. Your microphone is muted. Your video is stopped.
Hmm.
So Big Brother is protecting me.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, let me try it later from home. I'll be back in a half hour, 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Or maybe now. I got to go stop and get some food. But we'll try it from home. I guess it doesn't work when I'm walking. Huh.
Well, stop walking. Can you stop and like engage it and then start walking again?
Done speaking.
Can you hear me like okay? Oh, look at you. There you are.
You're on the phone. I'm hanging up the call.
Man cave, I see it. Okay.
There you go. We got
what did you press? Did you press something to get it to go?
No, he just went. Did you stop walking?
He's actively walking.
Let me see. I'm walking now. Yeah.
It looks cold there. You have on a jacket.
Yeah, no, I got my little thing. It's about
Freezing.
it's 75 degrees here in Florida, Mark.
Well, it's 61 degrees here in California there, Joan.
So where exactly are you, Mark James Gordon?
I'm in Ojai, beautiful Ojai. Let me put the camera around here. We have some beautiful sycamore trees here. We have some pine trees.
Nice.
We have a beautiful, I don't know what this is, but it's sure changing color.
Yeah.
We've got a massive, you guys see the oak tree down here?
Yes.
Massive giant oaks here, probably hundreds of years old. So we're just having a lovely walk here.
Yeah. So what does it look like? Does it look okay?
You just lost your audio.
I just lost my audio.
Yeah.
Is that okay right there? Check.
Yeah, yeah. Speak close to your microphone. That's gonna be better sound, right?
Hi, Mark.
There you go. Now you're looking like Joe Rogan.
I gotta pretend like I'm on my phone like this when I'm talking to you, like, because I'm so used to this right here, right? So we'll get it right.
You
I
can
mean,
do it that way.
I'd like to get you like where you're sitting down and not moving. You know what I mean? But
Are you recording?
I am recording right now.
Okay, so yeah, check your recording, see how good it is. Now, what do you have some lights on in the background or something in the upper right?
Yeah, these are like my those are my lights in the
Oh
man
yeah,
cave.
okay.
In the man cave, buddy.
You got the star filter on there.
And
So what does it say in the
then
background?
is that
John
better?
Dunn presents.
Is that better?
There it is. John Dunn presents with the logo. I like it.
Yeah, man. No, but look, you can see the Roxy. Can you see that? It's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What is
that's
that?
what
A TV? That's your TV screen back there?
no, the TV screen's up there.
Wait, so what is that? A poster you had made or
That's
what?
a poster, yeah. My,
Look
my
at you. You
lovely
did that.
my lovely wife had it made.
Hey, there she is. Our technical advisor.
Yeah, right.
No, we tried it. Listen, there was like a lot of like in her office. She claims it's our office, but it's her office. So there's like,
Yada yada, Mark.
so I can't be comfortable. The chair's not right, the table's not right. I couldn't get anything right. So this is my office right here. And you're right. Being in the man cave, I'll be able to enjoy these things right here, Mark, while we're talking.
Oh, Shigar. Yeah, that's what I need out here. So right here, guys, I'm going to point out this sign. This is Libby Bowl. It's a little venue up here in Ojai. And guess who is playing here tonight?
Who?
The great Bill Burr.
Shut up.
The comedian Bill Burr will be here tonight at 8 o'clock. Yep.
So why is he okay? What I don't understand, isn't Bill Burr like a non-woke comedian?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
isn't that
Yeah.
like is it
It might not
Ojai?
be,
Wait,
it might
is it
not be the
Ojai?
right, Bitsy, slow down. Slow down. It might not be the right town for this guy. He may be run out on a rail. Who knows?
Is he sold out? Is it busy? Is it gonna be busy, you think?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably sold out. Yeah. That guy's an A-lister. I don't. It's a small venue.
You know, can we see Bitsy?
Bitsy,
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 Hey. Oh,
say hi to
it's
John.
me.
Bitsy.
You know what someone said? They said that dachshunds always walk like they're late for a meeting.
Go.
Is
Go
that the
go.
truth or what? Okay, so guys, I'm gonna jump in the car here. Let's see something. Let's see how we do.
Yeah. See the layout. There's the layout button here.
See how we do with the.
Where's the layout?
This is pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, this is good. Hold on a second. We're looking for a layout thing here.
What do you want to do?
Like split screen, yeah.
So I'll just maybe tip this down.
Oh wait, up there, right there you go, right there. No.
I have to drag it down.
Hang on, guys.
Like that.
There you go. Yeah.
Does that look okay?
Oh, you look great, Mark. You look just great.
So
Oh
we're
my
gonna
God.
go up to Rainbow Bridge.
Okay, so we're like,
Hold on, I got
you
some
know,
background music on. Hold on. I got my church music playing. I have a big church day tomorrow.
oh yeah, you know what? I want you to go into detail about your church days, but we'll set that up in a minute. But what are you going to be doing tomorrow at church?
We're gonna be singing to Jesus.
Yeah, but but I guess every time you go, there's an intention, right? What's going to be your intention tomorrow?
You know, I'm gonna thank the Lord for helping us make the right political decisions and get this country back on the right track.
No,
I
really.
really think that is it's necessary to be thankful for that because we came very close to going down a very, very wrong path in my view. So I think that some divine intervention came in and saved humanity, gave us a little bit of a reprieve.
I agree. I totally agree.
So
Let me
I'm
pull you up a
driving
little
now. Does that look
closer.
okay?
Hmm.
I'm
I think,
driving now. Is that good?
I think you look great, man. It looks
Yeah.
just great. Yeah, no, this is good. I think if I can get comfortable, the whole idea, like I was trying to explain to Steph, I got to be comfortable when I'm talking. If I'm not comfortable, that's not good, right?
Well, I mean, in my view, John, you're gonna have to do a few of these. You get like 50 of them under your belt. You're gonna get so darn comfortable, it's gonna be like second nature. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why this is good. Just work out the bugs. I mean, you don't need to record. You don't need to save this recording. We'll just get the bugs worked out. But we know we can do a driving thing, right? That's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
no, the driving thing's good.
Yeah.
Driving in Ojai with Mark Gordon.
Now, what I'd like to do is I would like to do a pop-up because, like, let's say that I've got like this great idea, right?
Hmm.
And I call you up and go, John, let's do a quick pop-up. And
Yeah.
then we just kind of roll with it. You know what I mean? Like maybe some news comes along,
Oh yeah.
or there's some kind of just some kind of inspiration comes in, and or maybe we get like a friend who wants to call in, or you know what I mean, just do a pop-up.
I think the call-in
Then
is good.
you
The
get that
pop-up is great.
spontaneity.
Yeah. No, it's good, Mark. But I think
Yeah.
the meat of the matter is we got to get to know, like, I wanna ask you I got a million questions for you. You know what I
Uh-oh.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you, but there's gonna be it's I guess the kind of thing that's interesting to me is all the friends that we've known for our whole lives. Some will tune in, some won't, but there'll be those that have known us for our whole lives. I mean, I guess the evolution of where we are now, where we were then, that's going to be an interesting thing. Plus, I think it's curious to find out how you got to where you are now and sort of where we are. So, I mean, I would have never guessed I was on a farm with a bunch of donkeys and animals and chickens, and you're like church going guy. I want people to know
Yeah.
how that path started and how we intersected in life as far as like getting to know each other, later on, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a wild ride, man. I'll tell you that much. Total wild ride. I never thought you'd end up on a farm. I never thought I'd end up being a churchian. Right. So your set, John, it looks like it's in some basement, like below the Roxy or something. It looks like you're below like the Rainbow Bar and Grill or something like that. It's kind of this dark kind of you know, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, John. Give me a thumb up if you can hear me. Thumb up if you hear me. Okay. Well, I don't hear you.
Oh, there we go. Check, check. There?
Yeah, hey, John, this is very unprofessional. I don't want this happening when we
Wait,
do a
wait,
real.
am I
Yeah,
on?
you're okay. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
what
went
happened.
red. Did you see it went red? Now it went white. It has a mind of its own. But I was watching Joe Rogan the other night. His mic was messing up too. So he was yelling at Jamie, not yelling, but
Yeah, man, you can't have that. Well, this is important stuff.
no, I should be able to move it and not have to worry, right?
What's this black thing on top of here? Oh, this is my visor. Oh, interesting.
Right.
Like this has got this weird. I got to be able to tip it down a little bit more.
Let's go this way. Let me get it. I'm gonna get it. I got this. Okay, this chair is super
We'll get the
comfortable, but
little
I think
tweaks. We'll get the little tweaks done here.
here we go. Oh yeah, much better. You
Yeah,
can
I
hear me
like
now?
this car set. The car set's good.
Yeah, no, the car set's really good.
Yes, sir, man. Well, this
Yeah,
is it.
to be honest, with you, I was like a little nerve-wracking to do this. I mean, I was like kind of like I was trying to make it work in there, and then we got this. Steph was so cool. She got this banner made, and I was like, I can't do it
That's
unless
really great.
the banner's made. But then she got the banner made, so there we
And
go. We
what's your
got
shirt say? I can't see that small. What's the shirt saying?
this one right here.
Yeah.
Something like enjoy music Hurley. It's a Hurley shirt. It's a little chilly out. Normally I'd have just a t-shirt on.
So yeah, 76 for you Floridians. That's getting on the cold side.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like, wow, man, what to do?
Don't go freezing on me, John.
I don't know. Yeah, man. So now there's gonna be some great political stuff. I guess we have to figure out like how deep down the political rabbit hole we want to, how deep down the political rabbit hole we want to go as far as like, do we want to just say fuck it, we're just like who we are and not care? I think that's kind of a good thing because I don't really want to hide anything. I like to have like-minded people. Like, I'd like to talk about it in sort of like, I talked to my gate guy today, and and how I phrased it to him about the election was very. I said, were you happy about the election or were you unhappy about the election? And that's always a great way of determining how this conversation is going to go, right? So, but he also like, when I brought up certain things about, I said, why don't you like Trump? And he said he didn't trust Elon Musk, which I found interesting. But, the whole thing was also like, he didn't agree about the border. It was interesting. I tried to keep the conversation open. So maybe like, I guess when we're talking, I pretty much am going to probably lose track and just say, fuck it. We're just going to just say what's on our mind because at the end of the day, we've been suppressed for so long. I don't really care. I think there's more people. There's more of us, Mark. I'm not going to really, I guess I'm not going to toe the line and censor my speech or my opinion because I'm worried about what people think. I think I'm going to be pretty
Well,
much.
I think the idea really is that it's really not about, see, we've been divided in these two halves, right? These political parties. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about ideas because, the Democratic Party used to be the party of freedom.
Yeah.
They used to be the anti-war party. Now they're the war party. So it just changes. It's all about ideas. And I think when you really get people to start, I mean, I think, one of your jobs could be like you get people to ask themselves questions,
Yeah.
or you ask them questions, get them thinking, and maybe don't, we're not judging them. It's like,
Nah.
hey, I really am curious, to find out why people think certain ways.
Yeah.
Like, why is it okay to bomb the crap out of Gaza and kill all these children and bomb hospitals and schools? Why is that okay? Yeah, okay. So yeah, they fought back. Yeah, for sure. But why do you think it's okay to the policies for the huge Israel expansion in the Mideast backed by the US and NATO? Why is that okay? Why is it aggression, and land grabbing okay? You know? And how come we never talk about our genocide and our big land grab with the American Indians,
Well, everything is so.
and get people like thinking about these important issues because humanity's got a flaw in it. And we need to shine the light on our flaws where we rationalize genocide and we dehumanize certain groups of people so we can murder them. It's horrible.
Mark, just a sort of a taste of reality. This is the same group that equates January 6th with 9/11. Now, last time I checked 9/11, over 3,000 people died in the Trade Center, right? Or that was a horrible event. How could you even, with a few people loitering, how could you even like, I mean, again, it's having rational discussions. It's gonna be tough. I think there's more fun into letting people sort of, I guess, being non-judgmental, letting them speak their mind and possibly like being like when I talk in the sauna, I kind of practice my chops in the sauna a little bit about because I try to stay in the middle ground because I talk in the sauna because time stands still in there. So I think when I'm talking, the time accelerates. Does that
Yeah,
make
there's
sense?
there's a theory when you're naked, time slows down.
I'm not naked.
I don't know, but
No,
but
man,
the
we're
thing
not
is
naked in the
that
sauna.
yeah, I mean we can help each other by explaining our positions, and if someone can't explain their position, we just move on.
Right.
They're going to not be able to sell their point of view
Yeah.
because they don't know enough about it. And that's the problem. The mind control kind of works in the way that, well, this is just reality because we say it's reality, and anybody that questions reality must be insane, right? That's how I thought. I mean, I thought that whatever came out of Peter Jennings' mouth was the gospel truth of what happened that day, right? That was the important events of the day,
Right.
and he's just reporting the facts. That's how mind controlled I was.
Uh-huh.
until
it's
I
like,
realized they control the narrative. And this is what gives them the power, is they actually control reality,
well, they
what
think
we
they
perceive as
used
reality.
to. They used to, and now they've just been clipped by the ecosystem.
Right,
There's
right.
been,
We've taken it back.
the whole ecosystem of the podcast. You know, well, first, look, let's back up because I think what I want to do is at the 10, I think we're the oldest we've ever been as of today, which is interesting. And I feel more compelled to want to talk about just all sorts of things, not necessarily like, you know, like I guess bashing a political party, but I want to talk about the relevance of how when we grew up and capture those moments of just the amazement of Los Angeles and California and the boo and surfing and what we did. And I mean, it was a magical time that, almost has to be talked about in a way that uh you and I experienced a lot of great things. We had the house on Doom. We lived together. We had some crazy parties that we'll go into detail about, but those are
So
just
we're talking about life before the Marxist takeover of America.
well, yeah, no, life before
Back when
California.
there was a semblance of freedom and
Yeah,
in prosperity, yeah. Because
no,
the last 10 years have been really crazy. This is not the America we grew up in, for sure.
no,
you know but back to my point real quick, on they control the reality through the media, or they used to. They're losing their grip, thank God. And maybe your show will be a little piece of that, to help people get a different perspective, which I know it will. But there's a great movie called The Truman Show. Did you ever see that, with Jim Carrey?
of course.
And what was his name? Ed Harris, the actor. He was the producer of the show,
Uh-huh.
right? It was a reality show that followed this guy's life from birth all the way through. He was in his 30s. Every day they'd be filming this guy 24/7. That was the show.
Uh-huh.
And everybody knew that it was a show except for him, Truman, the Jim Carrey character. But he finally confronted the producer, and oh no, I think one of his friends confronted the producer and said, well, how can he not know that everything's fake? How can Truman not know?
Mm-hmm.
And Ed Harris, the producer, said, it's really quite simple. We believe what's presented to us. And it's really that simple.
Yeah.
So when you control the airwaves in such a, when we were growing up, John, we had NBC, ABC, and CBS. And then we had a few local stations like, what was it? KTTV Channel 5,
Yeah.
right? And then
Mm-hmm.
we had Channel 11, which was KCOP, I think.
KCOP, right? Yes, good memory.
KCOP, yeah. But they controlled everything that we saw. Therefore we bought it hook, line, and sinker, or at least I did. That
Well,
was
yeah.
just reality. So they really had us back then. I mean, big time. To the point where I was noticing, even as a kid, that God, mom and dad are kind of acting like June and Ward Cleaver here from Leave It to Beaver. Maybe some people aren't old enough to know what that means, but it was a show about family life, and they were like this squeaky clean family with all these good moral lessons. But that's what it was back then. So anyway, sorry to divert, but
Well, no,
Truman
you're
Show
right.
was a great one that kind of showed. It really spoke about the projection of reality onto our consciousness to get us to believe whatever they want us to believe. And who's they?
Well,
Well, the people that own those stations, the corporations, right?
yeah, and
So
if you like dipped into what's happening with Jim Carrey lately,
no.
very Truman Showish. It's he's had either that he had an ayahuasca experience because he's exposing Hollywood and he's talking about the truths and he's going on shows and talking about Illuminati and the control factor. I don't know if he's losing his marbles or what, but he's living in Malibu. He's a recluse, but he sees the other side of Hollywood and he's talking about it, which is kind of like I guess that's not they don't appreciate that, and for that you don't get calls back. So he hasn't really been in anything new lately because of for that very reason.
Right. Yeah, no, they have 5 ways of Sunday to get you off the A list for sure.
Well,
Um,
what were we
you
talking
know,
about? What were they talking about? I guess the big question is, why do all these people support the most ridiculous regime kind of agenda? Somebody who obviously seems intelligent, they're a great actor. Why would they do this thing where they go out and then but I guess I was listening to actually Joe Rogan, and it was, who was it? Elon Musk, I forget who it was, saying that they make a phone call. They call you, let's say you're the actor, you're the star, and basically the studio would call you, say, "Hey, Mark, how are you?" "Yeah, I'm good, right?" "Listen, Mark, listen, Kamala, she's running for office, and we could really use your support." That's all it is right there. And
yeah, no, you made the deal. You gotta come, gotta pay up, right?
Mhm.
They made you a star. You know, and I mentioned this. It's the Godfather scene. What's the opening scene of the Godfather 1? Do you remember?
I no, I do, but I
Okay,
don't.
so
Not right
so
now.
Michael, his son Michael's getting married, right? And Don Corleone, played by
Yes,
Marlon
yes,
Brando, is is the Godfather. He's a very
yes.
powerful man. And so during the wedding, not during the ceremony, but during the wedding where everybody's having a good time and dancing, he's in his office and he takes a meeting with this guy, and this guy comes in and he kisses the hand of Don Corleone, the Godfather, and he's very distraught. And he says, "Mr. Corleone, these hoodlums, these animals, they beat my daughter and scarred her face and raped her and I want justice, and I need your help." And Don Corleone says very slowly, assesses the situation. He says, you know, Mr. Whatever, you don't worry, your daughter will have justice. That's all he says. And then he says, "And for this favor, one day I may call on you for a favor. That
Yes.
day may never come. But when I call on you for a favor, I expect you to do me the favor,
Uh-huh.
basically."
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the meeting. Okay. So when Sonny, played by James Caan, gets murdered in a hail of gunfire, right? He's all scarred up. This guy whose daughter got assaulted was a mortician.
Right.
So he told him, he said, "This is the favor I need. I need you to make Sonny look great in the
Right.
casket because I don't want his mother to see him like this."
Right.
Remember that?
I do
So
now. Yes.
so my theory with okay, so Oprah Winfrey.
Hmm.
Hey, you gotta push Kamala, right? Oprah may not even like Kamala, who knows?
Well, she got 10 million. No, a million. She only got a million. Beyonce got 10 million.
A million to Oprah is like a day's interest, right? I mean, it's nothing. So we got to do this favor, right? And Oprah says, "You know what? I got kind of a busy schedule. I'd love to do it." And they go, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. We're going to pay a million." Now, listen, I'm double scheduled, double booked that day. "Hey, listen, Oprah, we've got some tapes of you at the Diddy party that may not
Oh,
look too good.
oh yeah.
I'll be right there." I'll be
Oh
right
yeah. Oh yeah.
right. They have levels of ways of making you want to help out. Right?
Well, then
So,
what about Eminem, who's a recluse? They I guess there's reports saying he was paid 1.8 million to perform. It was like there were a lot of people there, I guess. I don't know, but to get him out to do that, you'd have to pay him some money because he's just not going to show up unless, I don't
yeah, but
know.
but they have other they have you know they have other reasons why they have to. The money's not obviously after
Well,
after you've got 100 million in the bank, the money's not an issue anymore, I would
mm,
think.
well,
I
also
don't know, but I would think. But
Eminem was part of that Diddy crew, the Dr. Dre and the whole
oh
Diddy.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh
Justin
yeah.
Bieber. Yeah.
No, it runs deep, and a lot of these guys, Jeffrey Epstein and Diddy now and Hugh Hefner. They were running what they call honeypot operations.
Half?
They
Not
oh yeah.
half.
Oh, totally honeypot. Yeah, they get them with they get famous, powerful people in compromising situations, and then
Wow.
they got them.
Yeah.
They got you, man.
No, Hef was
As George Carlin would say, they got you by the balls.
I'm trying to get, let me see here. Show grid on video. Yeah, I got to work on like for example, there's a way you can do this where you show up when you're talking, and then when I'm talking, I show up.
I want to always be on. That's my contract.
Well, I want to be able to take a puff of cigar. I want to take a puff of cigar, not be on
On
camera while I'm
TV.
doing that, right?
No, what you should have, John, is a little switcher where you press a button. Like you could go to you, go to me, if there's a third person that joins us, you'd have a
Yeah,
little switcher.
I thought I'm gonna figure this out in Zoom. That's a thing I'm gonna do, but I'm glad we're working this out. But yeah, man, there's before we get into the meat of the matter between you and I want to get this all sorted out because I don't want to lose good content of us talking about something and we're just kind of, ooh, I just lost you. Oh, there you are.
Oh, I see what it is. Okay, now I get it. Okay. Hey, the cigar lights up good there, John, and you blow smoke right into the lens. That's great. That could be a trademark.
Wait, Steph did something with the screen here. Hold on.
No, it's great, and she has your logo right by your head there, so you're getting branded like as long as you're on TV here on the thing.
Right.
It's pretty cool. I'd add a little more light on your background though. Can you put a
Yeah,
little more light like back of your head? So it kind of just goes into the dark. It looks like you're in kind of a basement.
well, I kind of am, but it's outside. So
Oh,
wait, listen, can you hear this? Does that sound like somebody
no,
taking a piss? You can't
no,
hear it? Okay, good, good. Yeah,
no.
because I have a fountain going. When I'm on the phone, sometimes somebody's like, what's that in the background? Is that someone taking a piss?
Walter's relieving himself at your feet. You're like on dirt right now in the backyard?
No, no, I'm in like a man cave. I got like I got a 60-inch TV in front of me and there's like super comfortable like chairs and pools right behind me and it's all decked out back here. So I mean during the day when we do this, you'll see it. But during the
Yeah,
night,
it's cool. It's great. It's great. Yeah, it looks good. You got good light on you. Got
yeah.
your haircut. Got a little. Wait, they put
I
a little butch wax in there?
No, no, this is a natural right here. This was done. Joe DeBarba whacked me pretty good the other day. I hadn't had it cut in
Remember
like
butch wax? Remember the butch wax?
Butch wax. I never used
It
Butch
was
wax.
a little stick, and it was pink, and it looked like like one of those glue stick things, and you
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
on
yeah.
your hair and make a little pompadour.
I never used that.
That's what it looks like. You got this little pompy thing going up in the front.
Well, I know that like on this thing here, Marky, we can like do as many people as we want. We can bring in like Chris Racer. We can like, but I don't know if Chris is going to be up for that. But I mean, we can bring in Robert Apple. That's the great thing about you and I can like. But that's the thing I want to. I got to get the settings of it's got to have a switcher on here. Hold
You
on.
could do a thing. What I would do is because I used to do these calls every Tuesday, remember, with my healing business. And
Uh,
I would actually set my phone on speaker mode near the microphone, and I'd take a call in. I'd interview somebody. They didn't video in, but they would just call in.
hmm.
So some people are more comfortable just calling in. So, you know, that's an idea.
How do you pipe that into the system? Can you plug it into directly into the computer, or does it just have to
Well,
be
it's
off
just
the
your
mic?
microphone. Like let's say you had somebody on speakerphone. You just hold your phone near your microphone.
Yeah, it's sometimes
You
hard to
see what I'm
hear.
saying?
Yeah, there's got to be a better
It's
way of
kind
doing
of kind of low tech, but it worked.
it. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes low tech is good, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. I'm sitting in a car in a parking lot of a hippie dippy health food store here, talking to some low life out there on a farm in Florida.
So wait, how the hell did I get all the way to Florida out of California? I used to live down the street from you, right?
We kind of ran you out with your politics, John. They just were not fitting with the California, the new vision we had with
The,
Gavin Newsom
I didn't fit the
and
Newsom
Nancy
vision.
Pelosi.
Oh my God. It
No,
didn't, did it?
you were one of the smart ones that got out early. You saw the blue wave cresting about ready to break
Yeah,
on our head.
you know what? That was divine intervention, Mark. I think that I really didn't have anything to do with that. You know, it's like, you remember I always say to you about, moving out of California, it was tough. I gotta be honest with you, when you grew up somewhere and you get used to, plus all the history we have there, that's our home, right? So, but then to leave there and to leave your friends, it's difficult. It's difficult, if not impossible for a lot of people. That's why they stay.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, probably part of the reason you left too was it's just you can get a nice big house for half the price.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
no.
this place gets ridiculous. So
I mean,
no, it's really no kind of place to. Okay, when we were little, right? We had like, one person could make enough money to support a family, didn't even have to have this great job, and you could have a couple kids playing in the cul-de-sac, and you know what I mean?
mhm.
It's not like that anymore.
No, no.
It's really not like that. And
It's
yeah,
tough.
there's
I
not.
mean, even in Florida, the cost of living's gone up. I mean, we'll go into that. I mean, the insurance just that's why they had 400,000 people not come here this year because of the raising prices of VRBOs and rentals. I mean, I mean, those numbers get handed off into the rental properties where people now go other places that are, this used to be an inexpensive place to vacation. Now it's become an expensive place. So,
Yeah, so people are going where up to North Carolina, South Carolina, that
yeah.
area, Tennessee.
I like Tennessee. If
Yeah.
Steph wants to move to Tennessee, that might be our next move, but I don't know. We'll see. We'd have to get a trailer and get Walter the pig and everybody into the trailer. That'd be kind of difficult.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's done
but
every day,
wait,
man.
you haven't seen our new goose.
You got to tell Walter when you put him in the trailer, he's not going to go see Farmer John, okay? Just
No,
relax.
not Walter. So we have a new goose. Did you know about our goose?
Yeah, I heard
Should I,
about it.
so wait, I tell you that I was,
You saved it. You goose rescued it.
yeah, but like I didn't realize, but gooses are kind of like they're naughty. You know what I mean? The whole reason behind the word goosing is I was giving it some water because it's kind of like getting used to the whole property will. I mean, there's a lot of animals here. You got, the
He
goats.
goosed you? Did he goose
Wait,
you when you're
wait,
bending
I'm
over to get him some water?
yes. I'm like, what the hell? I feel this like on my butt, right? So I don't know if it was like endearment, loving, or what, but it definitely got me pretty good. So
How'd it feel?
I was like, it was a little, it didn't hurt. It was just kind of, I didn't know what the hell it was. It's like someone doing this to your butt, like, and grabbing it.
Oh my God. I'd clock him.
Well, a lot of people, I don't think I've ever knew what a goose was, like a goosing. I never had a goose. I carried it the other night too. It's a little bed. It's got out here in the aviary, it has a bed at night it goes to because we don't leave it out because you've got predators and raccoons. And I don't know if a raccoon would take it down, but we don't want to leave it out. So I like pick it up. It's like a dog. It's like the sweetest
Okay,
thing.
so you make a note to get Chris Racer on the call to talk about when we went goose hunting up in Oregon.
God.
We told you that story, I think,
I think you guys
laying in
start.
that frozen field and all that crap. Oh my God. That
Wait,
was
how did you
horrible.
end up on that trip?
He just called me up and said, "Hey, you want to go on this? Want to go hunt geese?" I've never been hunting. He goes, "Great, yeah, come on." It was up. One of his clients could get on the Disney Ranch up there or something,
Right.
and
Oh, right. I remember this story.
yeah, so it was crazy. We'll save it for that. It was a crazy trip, man. But not a big fan of goose hunting. Not a big fan of hunting. I'm not a hunter. Sometimes it takes you to go hunting to know that you're not a hunter. So
I have like all of a sudden well, at night if the raccoons are going after the chickens, I have there's no I'll load the shotgun and let it go, right? But normally I'm pretty like compassionate toward all the animals, but if they're going to try and hurt, I guess if you're going to try and hurt the family, you're going to get hurt. You know what I mean? So, or I'll warn you, but raccoons don't listen. So the only listening they understand is a 12 gauge. And I did that once before in the middle of the night, but what's great about living out here is the neighbors, they don't mind. It's like they don't mind like, Steph told me not to pick my nose too, like when I'm talking, sometimes I'll pick my nose.
Yeah, probably not a good look. Your enemies will freeze frame that.
But I think what happens is, like I said to you on the beach, and I've said to you on the phone many times, like just keep talking in front of the microphone. So I'll get better and more comfortable doing this because, like I said before, this is like we used to do this a lot. This is all like this,
You're
right?
doing great, John. You're doing great. You keep see the thing is you want to keep it relaxed, right? You want to keep that you don't want to have dead spots.
No,
The worst thing you're gonna have is a dead spot, right? Like right now.
the dead spot, right?
Or you get that confused look, like, what do I say next?
What? Where were we?
Are you scared? If you notice with Joe Rogan, right? He I don't know what maybe they're blowing some weed before the thing, but
Oh
okay, so
yeah.
the biggest interview, in the last 10 years had to have been Trump, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right before the election.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's on pins and needles. And I remember when the whole thing came on and he just goes, Joe, how he does it, he goes, so how you doing? I mean, just like talking, it could be anybody in that chair. It could be like his least popular interview, or it didn't matter. He treats everybody the same. He's not ever starstruck. Have you ever seen him starstruck? I don't think I ever have. It's always super relaxed.
Well, he's a
Like I know you were nervous
he'll
getting me
profess
on.
yeah, he'll profess that he's a big fan. He'll profess like, he really appreciates, but I think he's to your point, yes, but I think he's reached a level now where most of these big stars that come on are even Trump. Trump said, Barron said I need to go on the show. I need to be, Rogan is
Yeah,
an influential, listen, that guy is a needle mover right now. I mean, he's the spear of the new ecosystem that sort of took Peter Jennings and Tom Brokaw and made them irrelevant. I mean, they're older now, but yet that legacy media is now they've watered it down. They've shown them who they really are by these great podcasts and these elongated conversations you know and I've enjoyed it. I mean, I don't watch the news anymore. I'll tune on I'll watch Joe Rogan or I'll flip through YouTube. Like YouTube curates all my little like clips to what I want to see. If I want to watch like the best golf shots by Tiger Woods or like, breaking 50 with Bryson DeChambeau, in which by the way, I want to give a shout to Bryson DeChambeau. Now, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's like one of the greatest like all-American golfers that went and took the money to live tour, which is great because I mean he followed his destiny. But what he does he has a podcast on YouTube. He took golf to the next level, which I really appreciate and admire because, a lot of golfers, it's boring because you don't know who they are. It's like a movie. It's like watching a movie, Mark. How many times we said, great directors, like Boogie Nights. You knew in the movie Boogie Nights when Mark Wahlberg and Burt Reynolds and all those actresses, when you got to know them in the very beginning, that first 5 minutes was, you knew who they were, right?
right.
So, I forgot where I was going with that. What was I talking about?
I don't have a clue. You were kind of getting off on this. No, we were talking about how Rogan is just relaxed with anybody coming on, and you were saying rightfully that he's a super influential person. So maybe his guests are more intimidated by him than he is by them. He's
Ah,
on par. He's a superstar on par with these guys.
oh,
He's as known as probably, up there with Trump and Musk and these guys. He's up in that caliber. He's very, very well known. He's a consistent presence,
make the
and
point.
and he is a pioneer of the alternative media, which is just kicking the butt off mainstream media. I mean,
Well,
mainstream media has become unwatchable.
yeah,
It really has. It's
yeah,
almost
no,
like it's just a joke that people even still do it. It's like me going to like a dance club wearing bell bottoms in my 60s. It's like what what are you thinking?
right. Well, the thing with him is well, the point I was trying to make, I lost my track there for a second, but he builds, he gets the real, I think he'll have a conversation with, let's say, Ted Nugent or with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is more about policy, but that was different. But in some respects, some of the other guests, he'll talk about everything but what they do, which is really interesting because it sort of adds the dimension. And I was talking about Bryson DeChambeau. What Bryson DeChambeau does, he brings on guests to play golf, other golfers that I never thought I would like, but then he breaks them up, and that's what he did for Trump. He played 18 holes of golf with Trump, and they tried to break 54, and they did. And Trump dominated out there. And watching Trump interact with this golfer who's this outspoken U.S. I don't know if you
What's
ever seen.
breaking 54 mean?
It means you got to break 54 strokes on a par 35 course. It's extremely difficult. You have to have like a bunch of eagles, birdies. It's playing
Wait
the
a minute. 50, that's like 2 strokes a hole.
well, it's 70 par 72. So you got to shoot that far under to get to 54. It's like a ridiculous round.
So is Trump a good golfer?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
You cannot
wow.
wait. So average golfer at that age on a drive should be about 180, 170, because it can get, you lose your swing speed, right? Trump's hitting out there 220, 230 yards. He's driving, he's hitting these fantastic shots of the green. His short game is spot on. His putting was amazing. He was making putts. I mean, Bryson was kind of blown away, but you got to see the great expression is like, if you want to really know somebody, watch him play golf or play golf with them. I think that really did a lot for me with Trump, because I used to hear about from Mickey Gallagher that works at Bedminster with, he's Trump's main guy, how great a guy Trump was. But to really watch him, I never played with him. I wish I could, but um, to watch him with Bryson DeChambeau was like kind of like playing with him. And that's kind of what it was. It was like they had great cameras. They had Bryson on a mic. They played hole for hole. They hit these shots. And it was really amazing, you know?
Hey, do you golfers still wear those Hager slacks with the Sansa belt?
No, no. You almost want
Are
to
those
out here in Florida, you want to almost like I wear the Billabong. They're called submersibles. It's the thinnest material, so it literally is like almost wearing nothing. The shorts,
so no more Sansa belt,
no sounds about,
polyester?
no polyester, no hot
I think
dogs
Keith Willard still wears those, doesn't he?
no hot dogs at the turn. We used to have the hot dogs at the turn. Yeah.
Is that a Caddyshack reference there?
Well, no, I don't know. It's so hot here you can't eat. That's the problem.
Wow.
And hot dogs are not very good for you anyway. I mean,
What does
oh,
hot dog at the turn mean? Like at 18 at 9 holes?
9 holes, you're usually kind of like peckish and you want to get something to eat. I used to get like a big sandwich with like I'd get a hot dog and I'd get a Coke and then by like the 11th or 12th hole, I'd be like, we light a cigar. And, now it's just a lot of water, a lot of liquid IV, a lot of electrolytes, and you plow through it, a banana maybe,
Little Geritol hitting there.
Little Geritol. It's weird
Now
getting
I think Geritol has been replaced by 5-hour energy from the local gas station, right?
So how do we get to here? We went from being the kings of Hollywood and the Sunset Strip and running around to now being in the 60s. I feel pretty good. Actually, I think I probably the crazy part of it is looking back on the history of like my life to where I'm at, kind of summarizing everything. I feel better now and have more perspective than I ever have. But I guess that comes with the word wisdom, right? So you've sort of lived through different things. You've managed to make it through life. I mean, some of the people we're going to have on this show, Mark, are ones we never, I'll bet there was a point in your life that when you watched me partying that you thought I wasn't going to make it. I didn't think I was going to make it either.
No, I didn't. I didn't think like that when I was young. I thought everybody's just, there was no sense of any mortality at all in my 20s, or
But
early 30s.
yeah, but did you ever really see me like lit up like a Christmas tree on blow? Like, I guess you did, didn't you? Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, you were a wild man, John.
Well, what's interesting is I think in the very first official one we do, I really would like to talk about just the different things, the monumental sort of crossroads in our life that sort of guided us to the place we are now. I think with your spiritual healing and how you cured some of those diseases in your body and some of the traumatic experiences in your life with Riley and with you know, and then me with Chloe, and those are like some crazy stuff. We shared some really interesting times. I was explaining to somebody that, you know, how you and I kind of came together as sort of this force of friendship. And in many ways there was, you know, it was a kindred spirit because I saw you going through the same kind of thing that I was going through, and crazy Robert Smith. Insert Robert Smith. It was great.
Yeah, no, you were a big help, John. You understood things that I didn't understand. I was very naive in certain things. I mean, the running joke, I'm the son of a white bread, literally a white bread maker from the San Fernando Valley. So I was very naive. We lived in a very kind of sheltered cocoon, growing up in Studio City. You know, my neighbors were Gene Hackman and William Shatner. You
Captain
know, just
Kirk.
a strange existence, yeah, and very sheltered. And then, yeah, you get kind of tossed out into the middle of the ocean. You figure out that everybody's not your friend, and there's some real issues, you know.
Well, it's
So,
all like you. I'll use a Marxism that I always use. This is all part of growing up, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good or
I
bad.
thought, you know, but some of us get delayed, and then we get thrown into the fire, you know, after being sheltered for a couple of decades, you know.
Yeah.
And I got I got drugged in Italy. That's a great story I can tell. That
Oh
was a
my
big
God.
awakening. Almost died in a coma for 3 days, and that was
Well,
pretty crazy.
but
So I had
you,
to I had to do some waking up, man.
well, you know, Robert Apple, which we're going to have on here, that's going to be interesting. Robert Apple he's had the great memory to remember you when you lived in Hollywood and you were bit by the dog, David Carradine's dog. And then you went back over after getting stitches in your knee, which this is crazy. But then what happens when you go there for dinner?
Oh, we can tell that story. In a quick nutshell, I was given a concoction that was a bunch of sludge with dead beetles in the bottom of a 5-gallon sparklets water bottle,
Yeah, but what was that?
and
Was that
it
what
was called
psychiatry?
Ditta Jiao,
But what
according to
is it?
David Carradine. It
But
was
what
a
is it though?
kung fu medicine or something.
But what is it? Hallucinogenic?
I don't know. I remember waking up. I was in he had a large house. It was in the Hollywood Hills. I was in a bedroom in the back of the house. My shoes were off. I was laying on top of this bed with my socks on, and I didn't know where I was. It was like a haze. It was like I had no idea what had happened. I don't know, didn't know what time it was, and I remember putting my shoes on and walking down this long hallway and making a couple twisty turns, trying to find a way out of there. And I come into the kitchen, and his wife, Gail, is she's got a glass of vodka next to her, smoking a cigarette. She's got both hands in this big 5-gallon pot, kneading this hamburger meat. I go, Gail, what are you
Wow.
doing? And she turns to me, she goes, takes a puff of her cigarette and goes, I'm making dog food.
Wow.
I go, I got to get out of here.
But what made you go back there after you got bit by the dog? Were you just kind of making peace, or you just were just
Yeah,
were they
yeah, yeah.
were they
They
friends?
were my neighbors right across the street, and I got a lot of good David story. He was actually a very interesting guy.
So
Really,
hold on, was
talk
that
about
when
a
you
great.
wait, was that when you lived with the crow in off
Yeah,
bar? So
yeah,
that's so I lived around the corner on Holly Glen, right
right.
across from Jerry Hauser. Remember Jerry Hauser that was in Slapshot?
Yeah, right.
He was
Yeah.
your neighbor around the corner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Our
there's
Hollywood stories. Yeah, no, we talk about Carradine. Yeah.
and then do you
Um,
remember do you remember going okay, so what I do remember also, like when you make that turn, you're going off of I forget what street it was, then you turn right to go up your street. Um there was a house right there, and that's where Ricky Rocket was the drummer for Poison. Remember him? He'd have his garage open,
right.
they'd be playing
Yeah,
drums right there.
he was a neighbor too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a common thing in LA. That's what I remember in LA. That's what I remember growing up. That's what I want to keep in my memory banks. It's almost like that's why I don't go back as much because it's changed so much. And I just remember the way it was. You know what I mean? Is that wrong?
Yeah, it's all perception, man. It was, just all like Ed Harris in Truman Show said, it's we believe the reality that's presented to us. So this is what was presented to us just by who we were, where we were living, our social status,
Yeah.
We kind of had high social status back then for whatever reason.
Well,
And so
yeah, how was that? That was crazy. I mean, even before the clubs and I, well, I hung out with you and Don. I mean, I was just this. I mean, first of all, you're much older than me, Mark. What a year maybe,
I'm older
but
than
it,
everybody except Billy de Blasi.
but at that time, like that, when you're going to school, that's a big deal. But Don and you used to torture me. But I remember being invited to some of Reinz's parties, Bill Rein's child, like he had those great parties and hanging out with you guys. And yeah, there was like, we were lucky to be socially accepted because there's a lot of people that aren't that lucky, right? So it's one of those things where that's why I wonder. Then we shifted gears into like the real, like when you had your studio downtown and then we started running clubs and then it got really crazy. So I mean, that one photo of Bernie, Knowles, and I think you took that photo. It's hanging up in Galen's house or we're dressed up for Halloween.
Pirates or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that Bernie said on his way there he ran over a pumpkin patch with his car.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, we got a lot of stories. It's fun. Yeah. It'd be fun to bring on some of these people to kind of throw around some stuff and yeah, yeah. No. It's great stuff. Yeah, I got some great carroting stories. Fire department was there one day and I asked the fireman, "Hey, what's going on?" Their horse fell in the pool. They had a horse. They snuck a horse onto the property and it fell in the pool. They couldn't get it out, so the fire guys had to come.
Shut up. Didn't have stairs?
What?
Didn't have
I guess
stairs.
well, I guess they couldn't get out for
Oh.
whatever reason, so they had to hoist it out with a big old crane. Fun stuff, man.
Speaking of
But
cranes, when you and I lived at Doom, do you remember the time where it's like the only thing that could make this house better at Little Doom there was it be like a jacuzzi in the backyard? Remember that waking up one morning and the craning a jacuzzi over the house? Do you remember that? Danny Fitzgerald
yeah,
just he just
I go that's another story we can talk about. I go, John, I thought you said our roommate was a construction guy. He doesn't even get up till 11 a.m. I never met a construction guy like that. And you started laughing. He turned to me with the John Dunn look and go, Mark, he's no construction guy.
wait, but hey, I think the day we were there, he had his buddy driving the gold 911. Willie. Do you remember Willie? The guy Willie
Yeah.
he introduces to this. He was a Hispanic guy named Willie, and I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you." He's like a super nice guy. He used to come to the clubs, and then like I was
He
with my
was
dad.
Colombian. He
He
was
was Colombian,
Colombian.
so I'm watching the TV and my dad, and sure enough, they're like flashing report. Man escaped from LA County Sheriff's lockup. But the crazy part of it was they didn't find out about it till a week later. It turned out it was this guy. They flashed his photo on the screen of his name,
It
and it
was
wasn't
Willie.
it wasn't Willie, but it was like some other name, right? And he's linked to one of the biggest Bolivia cartel families. I'm like,
Oh,
wait, that guy was just standing in our living room in Malibu, right? So
oh my Lord.
yeah, so
Well,
I think some of that stuff's going to be good. I think when you get to your comfortable place, oh, the sun's going down. Look at that.
yeah, I gotta end it out. I'm getting dark here.
Yeah, but I think we
Yeah, no, I feel good, man. We just got to pick topics and roll, I think it's good. I don't think you need to have a thing. Oh, this is who Mark is. This is who John is. This is who this is. I think it just unfolds. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It just unfolds. And, you just, get interesting people with interesting things to talk about. And that's really it. I don't think there's any exact flavor, you know. You just kind of, I think it'll organically take on its own personality, and it'll be it'll be right for certain people, right?
Right. And wrong for others, and I don't even care, right? You know,
Yeah, and if all we're talking about is the '80s club
wait,
scene, I mean
no,
that's
no,
a
no,
big
listen.
bore.
No, we gotta remember something. We're going down the decades. I like to look at it this way. We're gonna go mid 70s, late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s. Those are like some definite interesting times. I mean, I think the 80s was compartmentalized to the beginning of the 80s and the end of the 80s, because the end of the 80s was, for me personally, was like a tremendous, like, that was the end of a party run and the beginning of like insomnia and some crazy, it shifted gears into a next level.
The end of the '80s or the beginning of the '80s?
1989 is when I got sober. So 1990 is
Oh,
when
okay.
1990 is when I opened up insomnia. So that was like,
Oh, okay.
but it seemed like there was such a huge gap there because I think it was 90. I was 90, end of 90, because that's when the Friends script was curated in that store at that time, because she released Friends right about that time because LA wasn't around yet. And because Sherman Oaks was the first one, then LA was second. So that's, I had to correct that with a podcast writer on who was really which Insomnia it was that where that show was developed. It was Sherman Oaks, 100%. I remember Sarah
Yeah,
seeing
the
it.
every time I went to the LA one, it was never as crowded as the Sherman Oaks one.
No, no. But there was
Yeah,
there was a, there was a there
The
was a
Sherman
good
Oaks one was insane.
the LA one had some good stuff going on there. There was some like great scenes. I remember like Jenna, there was a girl named Jenna. I'm trying to remember her last name, but she was like in there sitting next to her favorite customer would come was Al Pacino. He thought she was really funny. So he'd come in there a lot. Julia Roberts would come in there, but there was also Richard Tyler's store was right next to our shop. So all these, big movie stars would buy their clothes from Richard Tyler. Then they'd come and have coffee afterwards, right? So
Huh,
yeah,
very cool.
it's
Hey
different.
JD, I'm gonna sign off here. I'm losing my light.
Mark,
My little bitsy dog is wants some food here, and do me a favor, send me the link to the recording of this, okay? And I'll
yeah,
scan through it, and
yeah,
because
no,
I don't know
scan.
what, yeah, I don't know what you're seeing. I'm just looking at. Oh wait, I can go full
You
screen
look at this. Can you see that?
here. Yeah, no, I can see it now in the car here. So yeah, I got this this is my yeah, I got to get a better mount on this thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
good,
when you
man.
drive, I mean, you could be driving. Well,
Absolutely.
your
Why not?
signal,
Yeah,
but your signal up there
absolutely.
is the signal bad sometimes in there?
Oh, no. No, it's good. Yeah.
Right.
I'll have to
Mark,
shave a little bit. The
nah,
camera
don't shave.
picks up a little more fur.
Don't shave. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
I won't
shave.
shave.
I'm not gonna comb my hair or shave. So
I'm gonna get some teeth whitener and a little bit of what's that stuff just for men, get some of the gray out. What do you think?
no, I think
Get a
we're.
little chin tuck.
I think we do it the way we do it. I think we are who we are, and if people don't like it, I don't care. Like I said, if nobody watches this, if it's just Riley and it's Chloe, Jack, and Emma, that's all I care about.
Well, you get a big guest on and promote it, and that you'll start to get, you I mean,
Oh,
and you
yeah,
can,
but the backbone of what I'm saying is I'm gonna be me. You know what I mean? And I think that's really. I don't think there should be anything. You should be you, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna pick my.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna probably refrain from. 'Cause like when you're on the phone, there's many times where stuff will be sitting like over there. Like there's a slider over there, and she could see me, and the TV's like up there. So I'll be sitting back in this chair smoking a cigar, and I'll literally have this finger halfway up my nose with the hook to
Probably not a good thing.
So I should not. I'm not going to pick my nose because it's just
All right, good. Have a little sticker on your thing. Do not pick nose.
do not pick nose or rub eyes. Yeah. All right, buddy.
No, it's good. The glasses are good. They don't reflect anything. They're low reflective glasses. It looks good, man. You look
Well,
good.
the good news, I can't see anything without them, so it's like you're kind of
Yeah.
blurry. So
Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, that's good. No, they look good.
yeah, I got to get
Good, Johnny.
this perspective. I got to get a little closer, and I like that. I wish I had a bigger screen to see you. So
I
we'll
like
get
when you lean in.
we'll
You
get
get
there.
this serious, you get this kind of Larry, who is that guy? who was who was the big Larry? What was his? The big interviewer, the old guy.
Oh, he's
He'd
married
get
to
in
Sean.
real
Was married to Sean King, Sean King, Larry King.
Larry King.
You know,
Yeah,
he
he'd lean
married,
in
he
like that.
married Sean King, right?
So okay, so he took her name, or he already had the King name.
Sean, what was her last name? She had a bunch of sisters. They were Mormons. And they went to North Hollywood High School. She won homecoming queen. I think she was our grade. And then Schroyer said,
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Yeah,
and then,
that was not a good match. I don't see what she saw in him, but
well, you know, of
there's a
course,
funny clip of Trump. He's being interviewed by Larry King, and Trump says right in the beginning of the interview, he goes, "Can you do me a favor? Could you not lean into me because your breath is
oh,
really bad."
wait.
Have you
Okay.
seen that?
Yes, but I want to confirm something with you that you're absolutely going to die because I just was trying. I didn't want to talk over you, but to your point, exactly. Steve Schroyer may rest in peace. Same thing. Steve meets Larry King at the reunion, which I didn't go to. Like, I think it was a 20-year reunion, and she's with him and he's talking to him. I go, "Hey man, did you meet Larry King?" He goes, "Yeah, he was awesome. But he had like Bunsen breath." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, he had like bad breath." I'm like, "Really?" Because yeah, it was terrible. Yeah,
Oh
no,
my Lord.
he had to have something wrong with his like stomach or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, poor Sean.
I
Gee,
know. But you know, she's
whatever,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah. All right, buddy.
whatever. Nobody's perfect.
I've been guilty of having some butt breath too, you know. I'm sure of it. You too, I'm
Yeah, I
sure.
was going to talk to you about that, John, as a friend.
Wait, Chloe has a story. When I lived up in the mountains, there was a girl that when I was in between being like, you know, when I was single, and Chloe said this girl walked up to her one morning and grabbed her like this and goes, "Listen, I don't want you to get in the way," or something. I'll get exact wording what she said. "I don't want you to get in the way of me getting together with your father," or something like that. And Chloe was like this. And Chloe said she had the worst breath.
Oh my God.
I go,
Oh
"Chloe,
my God.
you never have to worry about that. You know what I mean? If you don't
Oh
like
my
somebody, they're gone." Chloe loves
God.
steps. So it was like it was beautiful, you know? So all right, buddy. Drive safe, all
Hey,
right?
JD, thanks a lot, man. Congratulations. And keep me posted when the first real one's going down.
I'll send you this link. I'm gonna put it in private on a YouTube link, all right?
That sounds really great. Hey, look how
Bye.
dark it is. Look, talking into the night here.
Bye,
Okay,
Marky.
man. We'll see you later.
Bye, Marky.
Hasta.
I think this is gonna be fun.